Like if we're around people that are regulated, it regulates us. Like how often in traffic or somewhere in public you see someone that's very dysregulated, you suddenly feel that like, you're start getting ready to engage with them. Even if you don't, even if you kind of turn the other way and avoid the situation, your heart is racing, your lungs are pumping, your pupils dilate, like all those things that biologically prepare us to go into.
No, I totally relate to that. Being around people who you can tell are tensed up and you immediately kind of go into like that defense yourself, right? You're like, ooh, I don't know what to expect here. I don't know what's going to be needed of me. I think we see that a lot in terms of kind of attachment, attachments with children, right? We put all the labels to that, like the dynamics with parents, patterns, but we also are doing that every day, right? With the people immediately around us, right? That kind of that interaction. But I know we're talking about autonomic nervous system and we're talking about parts work, and they can feel like two different worlds, right? One is like very physiological and the other one can feel like kind of abstract. Like, what is this? I don't know, this part of me. Like, what are you talking about? So how do you see that intersection of what seems so abstract and what seems so biological?
Well, I'll describe a situation. So let's say you're trying to navigate a busy street and there's buses, cars, angry drivers, and your autonomic nervous system automatically goes into flight mode. It could go into fight mode, could go into freeze mode, but let's say it goes into flight mode. You want to get out of the situation. So immediately you have this physiological reaction to the environment. Your heart starts pumping faster, your pupils dilate, it's preparing you to move. And then simultaneously, all the other parts have you come online as well. Your memories, your intellect, your will, your emotions. Let's say that all those things are clustered. You can look at them individually and say, oh, I just had the emotion of fear or feeling trapped. Let's say you're having that reaction, but simultaneously there's this other part of yourself that wants to just get control of the situation. And that has a separate level of emotions, thoughts, behaviors, memories. In the moment, there's these two conflicting parts of yourself. One is like, no, I need to be an adult in the situation and take charge of what's going on. The other party just wants to run out of the room. So already we have two parts going on there. And your nervous system is going haywire because the two parts are trying to get control of the situation. And so you're balancing between getting flushed in the face and kind of this icy, like, I'm in charge. And pretty soon you find yourself getting a little bit overstimulated. And so then, like, what do you do? And this could happen. They could happen anywhere. We've all had these moments of panic. And that's the moment when you want to go to your spiritual attachment figure. You want to go to that place of inner peace where you exist with Christ. So you can think about someone that either reminds you of Christ, or you can think about Christ himself if that's helpful to you. But you want to get in touch with someone that's always been a protector to you, someone that's never really officially let you down in any major capacity. I actually tried this when my wife was going through childbirth. It's like, let's find a spiritual figure that you really connect to. And I want you to just do some deep breathing and think about Mary's face. And you know what? It works. Like if you get in touch with loved ones during traumatic moments, it can actually preserve you against trauma. In fact, it doesn't necessarily matter how traumatic the situation has been. There's some research that if you're able to get immediately resourced with a secure attachment figure, that traumatic event can become a source of resilience instead of a source of trauma. And we don't even know about this. Like it's not even something that we're commonly aware of. But think of the difference between a child that just got knocked over by someone on a bicycle, it just kind of upset, crying on the ground, versus a child that is immediately scooped up by his father. Completely different scenarios. Obviously, we don't always have the person that's going to be there to pick us up in the moment. And that's one of the reasons why having a good relationship with God can be incredibly helpful as well. So I'm in the midst of that traffic and everything's overwhelming. Quick prayer, think about the face of Christ, use some imagination, and boom, you're regulated again.